West Seattle to Whitby, Tumwater to White Center. This is the Northwest Oldies Authority.
57 KVI. 57 KVI Seattle.
KVI Seattle. Fisher Communications.
KVI Talk Radio 570 is Fox News and Talk Radio. Hour 3 of the Kirby Wilbur Show starts now with the top news from America's newsroom.
It's 7 o'clock at KVI Talk Radio 570.
Fox News now on KVI Seattle. Fisher Communications. Fox News and Talk Radio. AM 570 KVI.
Happy holidays, and thanks for celebrating the season here on 570 KVI Seattle. Santa's greatest hits.
KVI Seattle and KPLZ HD3 Seattle.
Streaming to the world at KVI.com. America's first conservative talk station. 570 KVI.
For inspiration and information, we're KCIS, Edmond, Seattle, an outreach of Christa Ministries.
AM 630, KCIS.
Edmond, Seattle.
AM 630 KCIS Seattle.
Live and local.
Living Christian.
On AM 630, KCIS.
This is Christa Radio, AM 630, KCIS Edmond, Seattle. Partners in ministry with Seattle Urban Academy. Christa, bringing hope to life, loving people to Christ.
Your Christian inspiration station. AM 630 KCIS Seattle.
AM 630 KCIS.
AM 630 KCIS Edmond, Seattle. Listen online at kcisradio.com and HD Radio 105.3 FM HD Channel 3. Keeping you inspired for life.
Ministry of Christa.
KCIS Seattle.
The information you need, the people you trust. KIRO, Seattle.
It's 8 o'clock.
You're listening to this year's winner of the Radio and Television News Directors Association Award for Best Newscast. This is News Radio 710, KIRO.
Monday morning,
Seattle.
it's exactly 8 o'clock.
The Northwest's news and traffic leader is now available worldwide. Listen online now at 710KIRO.com. KIRO, Seattle.
The Seahawks game exclusively on the station that's number one for news, talk, traffic, and Seahawks football. KIRO Seattle News Radio 710 Cairo. KIRO Seattle number one for news, talk, traffic, and Seahawks football.
2-1 touchdown Seahawks.
News Radio 710 Cairo.
KIRO Seattle and KIRO FM Tacoma, Seattle. This is Seattle's first choice for breaking news, emergency traffic, and local talk. This is News Talk 710, Cairo, now on 97.3 FM.
Be sure to stretch out before listening. We don't want you to pull a hammy. 710 ESPN, KIRO AM Seattle,
Home of the Seahawks. This is the home of the Seahawks.
Intercepted Richardson.
the Mariners, and the pulse of Seattle sports. 710 KIRO AM Seattle.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
This is AM 770, KTTH, Seattle. Glenn Beck speaks the truth. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. And the latest from Fox News is right now.
It's the race for the White House, and it's on AM 770 KTTH, Seattle. Presented by Leafless in Seattle Rain Gutter Guard and Hyder Construction. Now, the latest from Fox News. Your home for conservative thought. 770 KTTH, Seattle. 94.5 K233DT Eastway. 94.5 K233 BU, Seattle.
This is 82 KGNW, Burien, Seattle.
AM 820, KGNW, Burien, Seattle. A service of Salem Communications.
820 AM, KGNW, Burien, Seattle, Tacoma. A service of Salem Communications.
820 AM, KGNW, Burien, Seattle, Tacoma. A service of Salem Communications.
8:20 a.m., The Word.
KGNW Bury in Seattle.
And on FM 104.1.
K281CQ Seattle.
Also on iHeart, TuneIn, and Odyssey.com.
Sports Talk Radio with the national perspective. Fox Sports Radio 850 AM. KHHO Tacoma. A service of Clear Channel Worldwide.
AM 880, KIXI, Mercer Island, Seattle, Tacoma.
Well, it's shortly before 8 o'clock. Jack Morton here with the great sounds of Kixie this hour. Carpenters, Paul Anka, Harry James, and here's Neil Diamond.
KIXI,
AM 880, KIXI, Mercer Island, Seattle, Tacoma.
Martin here with a little bit of a mess, but the music's great. You're going to love it. Murphy's up doing the mornings, and so we'll just hack around with this, but the tunes and memories always here on Kixie.
Seattle.
This is AM 880 KIXI, Mercer Island, Seattle, Tacoma. This is AM 880 KIXI, Mercer Island, Seattle, Tacoma. And on KRWM FM 106.9 Digital HD Channel 2 Burlington. And streaming for the world live online at KIXI.com. As cool now as it was then.
This is AM 880 KIXI, Mercer Island, Seattle, Tacoma, and on KRWM-FM 106.9 Digital HD Channel 3 Bremerton, and live online at KIXI.com. As cool now as it was then.
This is KJRAM, Seattle.
Your live and local sports station. Sports Radio KJR 950 AM and 102.9 FM. KJR AM Seattle, KNBQ and KNBQ HD1 Centralia.
We are Fox Sports Radio.
Your live and local sports station. Sports Radio KJR 950 AM and 102.9 FM. KJR AM Seattle, KNBQ and KNBQ HD1 Centralia.
Reach it out so you can hear us anywhere. On the web at sportsradiokjr.com and on Sports Radio 950, KJR AM and KJR FM HD2, Seattle.
Seattle Sports Radio 950, KJR AM and KJEB HD2, Seattle. An iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. Number one for music, radio, and podcasts all in one. Como 1000 News. Day or night, we're always here the minute you need us. Depend on it. Depend on it. KOMO, Seattle. Fisher Communications. First for local news, traffic, and weather.
Good morning, Como 1000 News. Time is 11:30.
Como 1000 News. Radio. More people get their news from KOMO Radio than any other news source in the Pacific Northwest. KOMO, Seattle. Fisher Communications. First for local news, traffic, and weather.
Fisher Communications. The very latest news, traffic, weather. Como News Radio on the Como News Network. AM 1000, KOMO Seattle, 97.7 FM, KOMO FM, Oakville. Everything you need to know.
KNWN, Seattle. KNWN FM, Oakville. Northwest News Radio, covering the Northwest and the world.
KNWN Seattle, KNWN FM Oakville, and KPLC HD2 Seattle. Northwest News Radio, covering the Northwest and the world. KNWN Seattle, KNWN FM Oakville, and KPLC HD2 Seattle. Northwest News Radio 1000, FM 97.7, covering the Northwest and the world.
Program is heard on KBLE Seattle.
KBLE Seattle, AM 1050. This is Sacred Heart Radio.
Sacred Heart Radio is KBLE Seattle, KTTO Spokane, KBKO Kodiak, KYTR Yakima, KBUP Olympia, KLAY Lakewood Tacoma, and the new KBKW Aberdeen, AM 1450, FM 103.5. This is Sacred Heart Radio.
A solid gold weekend from Seattle's #1 music station. KING, 7:59 with Jim Martin and 54 minutes of music during this hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to China Smith.
KING, Seattle.
And pay close attention, too, man. Might learn something. It's rather doubtful, but then again, you never know. 7 o'clock.
More winners, Jackson on Seattle's #1 music station. Give me an F for Friday. Woo-wee! 10 o'clock.
Good afternoon. The sun is at your back again, and I'm Dan Foley back with you and the music. It's a little bit after 2 o'clock. Seattle, I love ya.
K-I-N-G, Seattle.
Hi, this is Pat Cashman. Start your day with complete information and great entertainment tomorrow morning on King News Talk 1090. Today's KING, Seattle.
Seattle's Progressive Talk, AM 1090. KPTK, Seattle. Listen online at am1090seattle.com.
This is the all-new 1090 The Patriot, KPTR and KGAQ FM HD3, Seattle. Real news, real talk.
Wow. I like that. This is KAYO Seattle, Country KO, 1150 on your dial. News now on the B-Buck Show, and here's Bill Goff to report it. 8 o'clock.
This is KEZX Seattle, providing the Puget Sound area with business news, information, sports, and weather 24 hours a day. We're Business Radio 1150.
As expressed on the preceding program were those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. This is your alternative talk station, AM 1150, KKNW, Seattle.
This is Alternative Talk 1150 AM, KKNW, Seattle, and KLCK FM 98.9, Digital HD3, Seattle.
This is Alternative Talk 1150 AM, KKNW, Seattle, and KNUC 98.9 HD3, Seattle.
Keeping you informed, this is KLAY, Lakewood, Tacoma, your conversation station.
Tacoma's radio station is on 1180 AM, making a difference. KLAY, Lakewood, Tacoma.
Clay Radio, your conversation station. KLAY Lakewood, Tacoma on 1180 AM.
KBSG Auburn Federal Way, KBSG FM Tacoma, Seattle.
This is 1210 KNWX, Auburn, Seattle.
KWMG, Auburn, Seattle, Tacoma. 1210 AM. Magia, solo éxitos. Una estación de Bustos Media.
K-Vía, Auburn Federal Way, Seattle. Latino 1210 AM. Solo éxitos y transmitiendo para todo el mundo. LatinoSoloExitos.com.
This is catcher Kevin Hall from the Everett Giants, and you're listening to Giants Baseball on Radio 123, KWYZ Everett.
This is 1450 KSUH Puyallup and 1230 KWYZ Everett. Korean Broadcasting, Federal Way.
AM 1250 KKDZ Seattle. Ernie D's hanging with the stars, and you can check out behind-the-scenes photos at RadioDisney.com. More stars now. This is KKDZ and KKDZ HD1 Seattle.
Radio Punjab, KZIZ 1560 Pacific, Tacoma, Seattle.
You're listening to KKDZ Seattle, Tacoma, radio that listens to you.
This is KOL, AM and FM, home of Concept 21 in Seattle, home of the Les Williams Show, 9 till 12 noon. KOL time at the end of the automatic timing cycle, 8:30.
KOL Retrospect 70. KOL, AM and FM, Seattle. 1970.
News Talk 1300 KKOL Seattle and KIKN Port Angeles, a service of Salem Communications.
Money Radio, 1300 KKOL Seattle.
Part of the Wall Street Business Network.
6 o'clock.
KGRG1 is KENU Enumclaw. The alternative path.
KKMO Seattle, service of Salem.
This is KKMO 1360 AM. Tacoma, Seattle, Washington. 24 horas de música continua. El rey desde 60. La autoridad en música mexicana.
Aléjate con esos dedos chetos. Escucha al hombre del bozarrón, Don Cheto. This is KKMO
Tacoma, Seattle. El Rey 1360. Transmitiendo desde la ciudad de Esmeralda, Seattle, Washington. Las 24 horas del día por el 1360 de amplitud modulada. Y en línea a través del www.elrey1360seattle.com. Y nuestra aplicación gratuita para los dispositivos inteligentes. Somos la autoridad en música mexicana. El Rey 1360.
A radio institution into our 7th decade of service to Snohomish County. This is KRKO, Everett.
KRIZ Renton, Seattle.
KZIZ Sumner, Tacoma.
KYIZ Renton, Seattle.
1420 KRIZ Renton, Seattle. Here's another one from your Party Blues and Oldies station.
This is KTNT and KTNT FM in Tacoma, Washington.
It's 12:59. KARR, Kirkland, Seattle.
Usted escucha Radio Misión Cristiana, KNTV 1480 AM, Lakewood, Tacoma. KPRO 1490 AM, Bremerton, Seattle. You're listening to Christian radio station, KNTV 1480 AM, Lakewood, Tacoma. KBRO 1490 AM, Bremerton, Seattle.
Thanks for listening to the Northwest Classic Country Station. You found KXA 1520 Snohomish, Everett. KXPA Bellevue, Seattle. KXPA Bellevue, Seattle.
We'll have more news for you following at 25 minutes past the hour. All from the Album Sound spot in Seattle. You know where, don't you? Why, sure you do. Jack Hemingway, your host, is about to get back into our Album Sound this morning. And where does the Album Sound come from? KPIX. Well, that's nice. Would you kindly review the geographical location of these album sounds? Huh? Where are they?
In Seattle.
You're right.
Life at 1590 K-Life, KLFE Seattle, a service of Salem Communications.
Liberty and justice for all. This is Freedom 1590.
KLFE, Seattle.
Intelligent conservative talk. AM 1590, The Answer. KLFE Seattle and KKLO Seattle. Also on iHeart, TuneIn, and Odyssey.com. On the NASDAQ is SALM.
La Jefa, AM 1680 KDOW, Seattle, a service of Salem Communications.
KNTS Seattle. El siguiente programa es auspiciado por los ministerios CAR a través de su estación Radio Luz, iluminando mente y corazón.
Está escuchando desde la ciudad de los hombres guapos.
¡La chulada!
Es la patrona. La que manda. La patrona.
This is Jazz in the Evening on listener-supported 88.5 KPLU, Tacoma, Seattle.
This is 88.5 KPLU, Tacoma, Seattle, NPR News, and celebrating 20 years of all that jazz, a service of Pacific Lutheran University. It's 7:58. Good morning. I'm Dave Meyer.
You're listening to 88.5 KPLU, Tacoma, Seattle, 90.1 KPLI Olympia, and 89.3 KVIX Port Angeles, Victoria. NPR News and all that jazz. A community service of Pacific Lutheran University.
This is NPR. And you're listening to Weekend Edition here on 88.5 KPLU, NPR News and all that jazz. This is 88.5 KPLU Tacoma, Seattle, 90.1 KPLI Olympia, and 89.3 KVIX Port Angeles, Victoria. NPR News and all that jazz, a community service of Pacific Lutheran University. Good morning.
You're listening to KPLU 88.5 Tacoma, Seattle.
KPLI 90.1 Olympia.
KVIX 89.3 Port Angeles, Victoria.
KPLK 88.9 Cedro Woolley.
And streaming all jazz
worldwide at jazz24.org. Jazz, blues, and NPR News, 88.5 FM.
This is your independent station, KNKX 88.5, Tacoma, Seattle.
KPLI 90.1 Olympia.
KVIX 89.3, Port Angeles, Victoria.
KPLK 88.9, Cedar Woolley.
In West Seattle, we're at 92.1.
In Raymond, 90.3. Streaming all jazz worldwide at jazz24.org.
KNKX connects the Northwest with jazz, blues,
and NPR News. Hey, thanks for tuning in. It's about 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. I'm John Kessler with you for 3.
You're listening to KNKX 88.5 Tacoma, Seattle, KPLI 90.1 Olympia, KVIX 89.3 Port Angeles, Victoria, KPLK 88.9 Cedar Woolley, and streaming all jazz worldwide at jazz24.org. Jazz, blues, and NPR News, 88.5 FM.
You're listening to Jazz 24. KPLU 88.5, HD2 Tacoma, Seattle, and KPLI 90.1 HD2 Olympia. World-class jazz.
Something's most hit music. KMIH Mercer Island, Seattle. K233BU White Center. Non-stop music continues on Hot Jams Radio.
You're listening to KNHC Seattle. I'm Layla Young with your 89.5-second news brief.
Straight up 10 o'clock, it is KNHC Seattle, 89.5. Seth Hutton's going to drop one more record. Stand by. Our second representative from Portland, Oregon for the big PDX show. DJ Wiggles going to be jumping on the tables next here. Going to play some old school hard house for you. It's going to be crazy here. Stand by. This is the Vortex.
Really, you are now up to date.
KNHC Seattle and the world. 90s at 9 triple play. KNHC and KNHC Digital Channel 1 Seattle. Mix Giving Weekend C89.5.
This is KGHP 89.9 Gig Harbor, also broadcasting on K207AZ 89.3 FM Gig Harbor and K229 BL 93.7 FM Gig Harbor. It's 5 o'clock.
Time for classic rock and roll connections on KGHP Gig Harbor.
With DJ. The DJ.
For the next 2 hours, you get to enjoy the classic rock and roll from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s that are connected to a theme.
From the campus of Peninsula High School, this is KGHP Gig Harbor, 89.3, 89.9, and 93.7.
90.3 FM KEXP Seattle, and now also 91.7 FM KXOT Tacoma Olympia.
You are listening to The Morning Show with John on KEXP Seattle.
KEXP Seattle, a service of the University of Washington.
KEXP Seattle, an affiliate of the University of Washington, broadcasting live from Seattle Center. Preaching the Blues is made possible in part by Sabine Cafe Bar and Market.
And you're listening to Democracy Now! With Amy Goodman, right here on A Sound Adventure, 90.7 FM KSER Everett. It's time now, 6:30 in the Pacific Northwest time, for the Jim Hightower commentary.
From Clover Park Technical College, KVTI Tacoma. Continuous hit music. I-91 FM.
Northwest Public Radio, KVTI 90.9 FM, Tacoma, Seattle, Olympia. NPR and classical music. A listener-supported service of Clover Park Technical College and the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication at Washington State University. Heard online at nwpr.org.
You're listening to Northwest Public Broadcasting, KVTI 90.9 FM, Tacoma, Seattle, Olympia, NPR and classical music. This is a listener-supported service of Clover Park Technical College and the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication at Washington State University. Online at nwpb.org.
Yes, Rosalie Sorrells and The Tellin' Takes Me Home. It comes from My Last Go Round, Rosalie Sorrells and Friends. A lot of friends on there singing and helping her out on a bunch of tunes and songs. Marley's Ghost from Across the River, and we heard Guava Jelly. And I think that's all we had in that last set. You're listening to KBCS, Bellevue, Seattle, 91.3, It's a world of music and ideas, and we're on the web at kbcs.fm. You can listen live like I do at my house because the waves don't come through the air clearly, but they do come through the computer. Pretty darn perfect, actually. kbcs.fm.
From the campus of Bellevue College, this is KBCS, Bellevue, Seattle, 91.3 FM, broadcasting a world of music and ideas in HD and online at kbcs.fm. I'm your host, JC Johnny Conga. Right here, a lot of Latino on the Latin side for the next 2 hours. Take out your congas, your bongos, your timbales, your floor bongos, your dancer shoes, your djembes. Whatever you want to hit, play, and dance to, right here for the next 2 hours, and online at kbcs.fm. A little bit of Willie Chirino on the background, provided by my...
And at 8:59, this is KBCS, Bellevue, Seattle, 91.3 FM.
Radio U, where music is going. 90.5 Oklahoma City, 89.1 Issaquah, KQXI, 91.5 Granite Falls. Live on the Radio U app. Support your listener-supported station anytime at radiou.com.
Thanks for joining us here on 91.7 KXOT, Tacoma, Seattle, KUOW2 News. We're broadcasting 3 channels in HD, and we can be found online at KUOW2.org. And whether you're at home or at the office, take us with you by listening live online. And on our website, you can also take a look at our complete program lineup. Lots of information can be found at KUOW2.org.
This is 91.7 KXOT, Tacoma, Seattle, KUOW2 News.
Tell a friend about KYFQ Tacoma and KWFJ Roy.
Mix 92.5 is KLSY, Bellevue, Seattle's best mix with Mitch and Lisa in the morning. This is Mix 92.5. Mix 92.5, KLSY, Bellevue, Seattle's best mix. Now streaming worldwide at mix925.com.
KQMV Bellevue, Seattle's new Movin' 92.5.
KQMB Bellevue and online at movin925.fm.
This is Seattle's feel-good station, the new Movin'
92.5. KQMB Bellevue and online at movin925.fm.
This is Seattle's feel-good station, the new Movin'
92.5.
KQMV Bellevue and online at movin925.fm.
This is Seattle's feel-good station, the new Movin 92.5. Movin 92.5. KQMB Bellevue, Seattle, Tacoma.
According to MediaBase.com, Movin' 92.5 plays 150 songs a week more than any other radio station in Seattle.
You do the math.
More music.
Movin 92.5 is songs from today and back in your school days. KQMB Bellevue, Seattle, Tacoma.
Movin' 92.5.
You're listening to KQMB 92.5, Digital HD3 Seattle.
KUB, Seattle, Tacoma.
Check it out.
Broadcasting in.
All systems go. You ready?
Let's go.
Seattle Sports Radio 93.3 KJR-FM Seattle, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
This is KLSY 93.7 FM, Belfair, Seattle, translating on 99.5 FM, Everett, Tu Familia FM.
El sonido que te hace cantar.
94.1 KMPS Seattle, an Infinity Broadcasting Station.
It's Good Buddy Day, 10-4. Good morning. I'm Don Briggs. 5 o'clock at KMPS FM Seattle, looking at a pretty darn nice day, actually. Partly cloudy and 66. It's 6:01 at KMPS FM Seattle, cloudy and 57 in the forecast. You can drive with some confidence. Last weekend's inspection of the Alaska Way Viaduct shows no new settling.
The Northwest's new country leader. KMPS FM and HD1 Seattle. 94.1 KMPS.
Hey, this is Trace Atkins.
Hi, this is Miranda Lambert.
Hi, this is Randy Travis.
KSWD, KSWD HD1.
Seattle's relaxing favorites are on the new 94.1. This is the sound. An Odyssey station.
KMPS HD2 Seattle. From the 50s through the 90s, the greatest country songs ever recorded are right here on Classic KMPS.
KUOW-FM 94.9 Seattle, KUOW 1340 AM Tumwater Olympia. I'm Amanda Wild, in for Ken Vincent. Carl Palmer is here watching traffic.
KUOW 94.9 FM Seattle. 1340 KUOW Tumwater, 90.3 KQOW Bellingham, and digital HD services. Always online at KUOW.org.
KUOW-FM Seattle, KUOW Tumwater, KQOW Bellingham. I'm Angela King.
K-Lite translators boost our broadcast signal to provide you with enhanced reception of K-Lite in crystal clear stereo throughout Seattle and our surrounding suburban communities. These translators include K2929AL Everett, 106.3, K25AE Olympia, 104.9, K277AB Edmonds, 103.3, and K277AA Seattle, 103.3. Our primary dial position is 95.7 FM. Our call letters are KLTX, Seattle's K-Lite.
These are rock and roll's greatest hits on 95.7 KJR FM, Seattle.
Rock and roll's greatest hits can be heard online at 957KJRFM.com. On your radio, it's 95.7 KJRFM, KJRFM Seattle. 95.7 KJRFM Seattle. And online, stream us at 957KJRFM.com.
For lots of great music, keep your radio locked on 95.7 KJRFM Seattle. You can listen to us on your computer, too. Just go to 957KJRFM.com.
Bob Rivers in the morning.
And the greatest hits of all time.
KJRFM HD1 Seattle. Oldies 95.7.
An iHeart radio station.
95.7 The Jet.
Non-stop music in 60 seconds. KJR-FM and HD1 Seattle. Powered by VenueKings.com. Your source for local concert and sports tickets. From the Muckleshoot Casino Studio. The biggest and best in the Northwest.
KJEB-FM Seattle.
95.7 The Jet.
Feel-good variety of the 80s and more.
An iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart Radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
This is 95.7 KJR FM Seattle. HD Channel 2. Playing classic hits back to back.
Soft rock for the Great Northwest is KXXO Olympia Tacoma. It's Mix 96.1. 759.
This is KYYX FM Seattle.
4219605.
Freeform Friday. KXRX 96.5 Seattle.
Please make a note of it.
KRQI-FM Seattle, also known as 96.5 Jack FM.
KJAQ Seattle, standing firm and never compromising that much.
KJAQ HD1 Seattle. The station where mornings doesn't mean sitting in a pile of pudding to win tickets to a demolition derby.
The generation that started it all.
Streaming live on the World Wide Web and on the air everywhere over Puget Sound. This is KJAQ HD2 Seattle.
Another backseat memory. Boom FM.
KNBQ Tacoma. Here's more good music from KNBQ Tacoma, Q97 FM.
All right, standing by. 8 o'clock at KMBQ Tacoma. I'm the Noogie Man with another solid hour. Super cute heavy rock and roll.
KBSG-FM Tacoma, Seattle. The home of great oldies back-to-back. We're 97.3 KBSG.
KBSG Tacoma, Seattle.
Live, the quickest city on earth. You're listening to the greatest hits of all time.
This is 97.3 KIRO-FM, Tacoma, Seattle.
KIRO-FM Tacoma, Seattle.
Your world now.
Your best source for local news. Cairo News Radio. KIRO-FM Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
97.3 KIRO-FM HD3, Tacoma, Seattle.
Free flights of classic hits all day and all night long. KFNY Raymond Federal Way, Lacey. 97.7. The Eagles.
Stay connected. Stay informed with Como News. Online at comonews.com. This is KOMO Seattle. KOMO FM Oakville.
Good morning. It's 9:59 here at 98.1 KING FM in Seattle. King.org on the World Wide Web, where you can buy the music you hear on King FM. I'm Brad Eaton. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 5 with more music. Here's Steve Reeder. Good morning, Steve.
George Bolette with two brief but very sweet preludes by Frédéric Chopin. Here at 98.1 KING FM Seattle. Great music at work all day. I'm Brad Eaton, looking for partly cloudy skies around the sound today with patchy fog this morning. Well, high near 70. Right now, 53 degrees. Time for a BBC News Update.
98.1 KING FM Seattle. A very good morning. I'm Peter Newman. I'll be with you till 10 o'clock this morning. We've got a lot of Beethoven as we wrap up our 9 days of Beethoven this weekend. A violin sonata shortly. Here's an orchestral suite in D major by Telemann. Here's served up by Trevor Pinnock. And the English concert.
Matthew Wilkie, bassoon soloist with the Chamber Orchestra of Europe. Sándor Vég conducted that bassoon concerto in B-flat by Mozart. Here at 98.1 KING FM Seattle, the home of great music all day.
Well, welcome to the Thursday evening show for this Thanksgiving night. I'm Mike Brooks, your host, and you're tuned to 98.1 Classical KING FM and HD1 Seattle. It's king.org online, now listeners supported. Happy to be with you. I hope you have lots of leftovers and some wonderful sandwiches ahead from the great meal that you enjoyed earlier today. Hopefully lots of family and friends about as we wind down the evening. We'll start this one off with a performance by the Bavarian Radio Symphony Orchestra.
98.1 and HD1 KING FM Seattle. Listener-supported classical from the Pacific Northwest.
This is the King FM Classical Christmas Channel, online at king.org and on KING Seattle at 98.1 HD2. Stay with us to hear your favorite carols, the Nutcracker, Handel's Messiah, and the joyful music of Bach. Happy holidays.
Howard Shelley at the piano and conducting the London Mozart players in that piano concerto in A by Johann Nepomuceno. Here on the Symphonic Favorites channel from King FM at king.org. Also available over the air in the Seattle and Puget Sound area if you have an HD radio at 98.1 HD3.
You're listening to the Northwest Positive Encouraging K-Love, 98.5 KNBQ Central Park Olympia, 101.3 Aberdeen, 101.7 Centralia, and in Seattle, Tacoma at 104.5 FM.
Positive, encouraging K-Love.
You've discovered Seattle's unique radio station. 98.9 Smooth Jazz. KWJZ, Seattle. 98.9. KWJZ, Seattle.
Click 98.9.
KLCK FM Seattle.
KNUC HD1 Seattle.
99.3 KAYO FM Elma. Puyallup, Tacoma.
KDDS, Elma, Tacoma, Seattle, la casa de Piolín por la mañana. Mucha más música y 10 pegaditas cada hora. 99.3 FM. La Grande. KDDS, Elma, Seattle. 99.3 FM. 99.3 FM. La Grande Estudios. Patrocinado por Legend Auto Sales. Visítalos en Buren y llévate esa troca o auto que tanto has querido. Legend Auto Sales, el dealer de la parientada hispana.
99.9 KISW, Seattle.
DJ Shay's Plays of the Week. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, Seattle.
It's Miles and Thrill, the men's room, 99.9 KISW, Seattle.
99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. An Odyssey station. Here's the question of the day. Text the men's room at 77999.
More of the random question on the way, 206-421-ROCK. You are listening to the men's room.
Live Rock 98.
89.9 KISW. Seattle. HD Channel 2. SHD Radio.
This is radio for guys. As precise and exact as language will allow. 100.7 The Buzz.
KQBZ Seattle.
Putting a little yin-yang in your zing-zang. KKWF Seattle is a new 100.7 The Wolf. Rolling through another 1,000-song weekend. The new 100.7 The Wolf. KKWF Seattle is a new 100.7 The Wolf. And this is live at 5. The Great Northwest and proud of it.
The new 100.7 The Wolf. Rolling at least 50 minutes of fresh country every hour. Count on it.
100.7 The Wolf.
KKWF HD1. KKWF HD1 Seattle. 100.7 The Wolf. The new country leader. An Odyssey station.
Better music and more songs each and every hour on KBI FM Seattle 101 plus.
Dropping the beat from the Tower of Power.
Triple the music.
KPLZ, Seattle, Tacoma.
KPLZ.
Here's another zero interruption 10 in a row.
Seattle's number one. Triple the music. 101.5 KPLZ.
This newscast brought to you by Como 4 News, first for local news. Right now, Puyallup reporting 37, Linwood 38. It's 37 at KPLZ Seattle. Star 101.5. I'm Kent Phillips. I'm Alan Budwell.
I'm Corinne McKenzie.
Star 101.5. Fisher Communications. Star 101.5. Star 101.5. Live from Fisher Plaza in the shadow of the Space Needle. KPLZ Seattle.
Hi, I am Madonna.
Hey there, this is Alex from The Caller. I'm Jason from Lifehouse on Star 101.5.
10 songs in a row start now. Now, Star 101.5. Fisher Communications. Star 101.5.
Star 101.5
is KPLZ Seattle. The best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today with Kent and Allen in the morning.
Hello, this is Dave Matthews.
Hi, this is Jewel on Star 101.5.
Hi, this is Lenny Kravitz.
Another long set of non-stop music for your Seattle summer starts now on Star 101.5. KPLZ Seattle. Fisher Communications.
Star 101.5. The best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today. Kent and Allen in the morning.
Hi, this is Sting.
Hi, this is Anna Nellis.
Hello, it's Dave Matthews here with Star 101.5.
48 minutes of music an hour starts now.
Star 101.5.
KPLZ Seattle. Fisher Communications.
Star 101.5. The best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today. Kent and Allen in the morning.
I am Madonna.
Hey, this is Johnny from the Goo Goo Dolls.
Hi, this is Faith Hill on Star 101.5.
Star 101.5.
Star 101.5.
KPLZ Seattle. Fisher Communications.
Star 101.5. Star 101.5.
The best mix of everything.
Kent and Allen in the morning.
Hey, this is Rob Thomas.
Hey, this is Natasha Bedingfield.
Hey, this is Adam from Maroon 5 on Star 101.5.
A more music weekend starts now.
101.5. Star 101.5.
Star 101.5.
KPLZ Seattle. Streaming to the world on star1015.com.
This is your girl Rihanna.
I'm Katy Perry. Star. More music weekend.
Star 101.5.
Starts now.
From the Muckleshoot Casino Studios in the shadow of the Space Needle.
90s, 2K, and today.
Star 101.5.
KPLZ, KPLZ HD1, Seattle.
Another guaranteed 10 in a row music marathon starts right here on 102.5 KZOK AM and FM Seattle, the classic rock station. Lost classics all weekend. Even more lost classics during the week. Seattle's biggest on-air music library is at 102.5 KZOK FM, the classic rock station. This is 102.5 KZOK Seattle, the home of classic rock. 102.5 KZOK, Seattle's one and only classic rock station.
Okay, let's hit it.
40 minutes of non-stop classic rock starting now with Stacey Ireland. 102.5 KZOK. Seattle's one and only classic rock station. Bob Rivers in the morning. 40 minutes non-stop classic rock now with Stacey Ireland. 102.5 KZOK FM. KZOK HD Channel 1. Seattle, the home of classic rock. This is the top 102 greatest classic rock albums of all time. Brought to you by Fiat of Tacoma on 102.5 KZOK FM and KZOK HD Channel 1, Seattle, the home of classic rock.
And the countdown just rolls on. Number 72, the 10th release from the Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams.
102.5 KZOK FM, KZOK HD Channel 1, Seattle, the home of classic rock. KZOK FM HD1 Seattle, the home of classic rock. The Sailor Jerry's Block Party Weekend, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. Number one for music, radio, and podcast, all in one. KZOK FM HD1 Seattle, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. Number one for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one place. The classic rock station. 102.5 KZOK.
The biggest selection of classic rock. 102.5 KZOK HD Channel 2, Seattle.
You're listening to the new Q Country at 102.9 KNVQ, Centralia, Seattle. And this is Sunday's Kinda Country with Robbie Lynn.
KFOO, Centralia. This is the new Alt 102.9.
Well, somebody told me I don't practice Santeria.
We are Tacoma's rock alternative. KFOO, Centralia. This is the new Alt 102.9, home of commercial-free every day at 9, 2, and 5. Tacoma's rock alternative.
This is KNVQ HD2 Centralia, classic country.
1037 The Mountain.
KMTT Tacoma, Seattle, home of the Mountain Morning Show with Fisher and West. 1037 The Mountain.
KMTT Tacoma, Seattle. World-class rock. Online at KMTT.com or on your FM radio at 1037 The Mountain. KMTT Tacoma, Seattle. World-class rock. Listen online at KMTT.com. 1037 The Mountain. The Mountain. World-class rock. KMTT and KMTT HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. 1037 The Mountain. World-class rock. KMTT and KMTT HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. 1037 The Mountain.
When unplugged music is performed, we listen with intensity. As it gets louder, we begin to dance. Whether it's new or timeless, quality still matters. And the more different it sounds, the more it all comes together. KMTT and KMTT HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, 1037 The Mountain.
We got your money.
KHTP HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
You could win $1,000 Monday at 7 a.m. The Hot Stash of Cold Cash. Financial contest. The new Hot 1037.
100% throwback.
KHTP HD1, Tacoma, Seattle. 100% throwbacks bumping around the sound. And at home with your smart speaker. Hot 103.7. An Odyssey station.
The Mountain on 103.7-2. KHTP HD2. Tacoma, Seattle.
Your music. Your station. Listener supported. KMIH. Mercer Island, Seattle. X104. Your music. Your station. Listener supported. KMIH. Mercer Island, Seattle. X104.
In the shadow of Mount Rainier, it's 104.5 KMCQ Covington. Now playing all songs of the 60s and 70s for Seattle and all of Puget Sound.
Seattle's positive, encouraging K-Love. 104.5 KLSW, Covington, Seattle. And reaching around the world at klove.com and the K-Love app.
Worship 24/7 is listener-supported.
KTDD, Eatonville, Tacoma, Gig Harbor.
Igniting a passion for God through worship in the South Sound at 104.9 FM. Also available in your app store, on Alexa, or connect anytime at worship247.com.
Spirit 105.3 is KCMS 105.3 FM, Edmond, Seattle, Tacoma. Spirit 105.3.
Spirit 105.3.
KCMS Edmond, Seattle.
A ministry of Krista.
Bringing hope to life, loving people to Christ.
Uplifting and kids say, Spirit 105.3.
Spirit 105.3.
KCMS Edmond, Seattle.
A ministry of Krista.
Bringing hope to life, loving people to Christ.
Uplifting and kids say, Spirit 105.3.
Spirit 105.3 FM. KCMS, Edmonds, Seattle, Tacoma. Part of the Krista family.
Krista.
Loving God by serving people. Spirit 105.3 FM. KCMS, Edmonds, Seattle, Tacoma. Part of the Krista family.
Krista.
Loving God by serving people.
Spirit 105.3 is KCMS, Edmonds, Seattle, Renton.
Hi, it's Erica. If God had a smartphone, your picture would be in it in the Favorites album. That's how loved you are.
Songs and stories that can lift your spirit. Spirit 105.3. Spirit 105.3 is KCMS, Edmonds, Seattle, Tacoma. Spirit 105.3 is KCMS, Edmonds, Seattle, Tacoma.
Do you have days where what you're carrying seems really heavy? My name is Sam. God giving you encouragement and strength and joy, even in the hard things.
Songs and stories that can lift your spirit. Spirit 105.3.
Pure Music Radio Seattle. Tune in 105.3 FM HD Channel 2. Get the app or log on puremusicradio.com. KCMS Edmonds. Pure Music Radio is part of the Krista family. Krista. Loving God by
KSFM Tacoma, Seattle. With the free money triple play.
Think about it. $5,000 cash money instantly with a KISS free money triple play. I got details on how you're going to win it big coming up within 20 minutes. What's up? It's Jeff Connell. Looky here. Got good Charlotte tickets, too.
5 o'clock on KBKS-FM Tacoma, Seattle. Time for the KISS Countdown at 5. Your vote, your email, your request counted down in order. Well, mostly in order. It is Marcus B after all. The KISS Countdown at 5 starts now. Only on KISS 106.1.
KBKS-FM Tacoma, Seattle. 106.1 on CBS Radio claim no responsibility on Keola's actions for the following 4 hours. KBKS-FM Tacoma, Seattle's KISS 106.1. Now, Jackie's News Update.
It's 7 o'clock and 39 degrees outside now. The average...
KBKS-FM Tacoma, Seattle.
106.1. Are you ready? Seattle's #1 hit music station.
106.1.
KISS FM.
Turn it up. KBKS-FM. KBKS HD. Seattle 106.1 KISS.
KISS FM.
Well, as we make that transition from night to day, it is 5 o'clock at Warm 106.9 KRWM, Bremerton, Seattle, Tacoma, Everett. Good morning. I'm Tom McCarthy. Thursday, the 8th of July, and morning clouds, then a partly sunny 68. In our forecast today, here's the Eagles.
KRWM, Bremerton, Seattle, Tacoma. Warm 106.9.
Good morning. It's a minute after 6 o'clock, and I'm Reese Kringle-Kirk on KRWM, Bremerton, Seattle, and Tacoma's Warm 106.9. The Christmas station, with long sets of continuous Christmas favorites every hour. Happy Thanksgiving to one and all.
Continuous Christmas favorites. Warm 106.9.
This hour of feel-good music is powered by Muckleshoot Casino, the biggest and best in the Northwest. KRWM, Bremerton, Seattle, Tacoma. Today's hits, yesterday's favorites. The new Warm 106.9.
This hour of today's hits and yesterday's favorites. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino in Auburn. Muckleshoot Casino, the biggest and best in the Northwest.
KRWM FM and HD1, Bremerton, Seattle, Tacoma.
Warm 106.9
KNDD Seattle.
It'll blast your mind.
And now, another long set of non-stop music.
107.7.
The End.
KNDD Seattle. 107.7 The End.
Hi, I'm Dave. And I'm Chris. And we're from Nirvana.
From Bleach to the muddy banks of the Wishkar. It's your nightly Nirvana with horns. 107.7 The End.
KNDD Seattle 107.7 The End. The end of the dial. First with new music. Seattle's Alternative and Adam Carolla in the morning. 107.7 The End.
Hooray for capitalism.
107.7
And
KNDD and KNDD HD1 Seattle.
107.7 The End. The home of Adam Carolla in the morning.
KNDD and KNDD HD1 Seattle.
A second helping Thanksgiving weekend on 107.7.
The world famous End.
From the Zero Emission Studio, KNDD and KNDD HD1 Seattle. It's the 2-minute promise. Half the commercials of all the other stations and never more than 2 minutes at a time. This is 107.7 The End, Seattle's new music discovery.
KNDD and KNDD HD1 Seattle. From the Zero Emission Studio, music discovery and the 2-minute promise. Never more than 2 minutes of commercials at a time on 107.7 The End. An Odyssey station.
KNDD HD2 Seattle.
107.72. The sound of the Northwest. In high def. The sound.
Mix 92.5 KLSY Bellevue, Seattle's best mix. Transmitting 30-minute music mixes across the globe at mix925.com.